Good morning. Happy Friday to you. My name is Evan Smith. I'm the pastor at Second Presbyterian Church here in downtown Stanton, and I'm coming to you today for your daily video devotional. Today, our lesson from the gospel, or not the gospel, but rather the epistle of 1 John, is in the 4th chapter. We're looking at verse 17. John writes this: "Love has been perfected among us in this, that we may have boldness on the day of judgment, because as He is, so are we in this world." So John's saying that we can have boldness in the day of judgment, essentially because we can stand before God knowing that we acted and conducted ourselves in this world just like Jesus did when He was here. So I think John might have been living a different life than I was. I mean, John knew Jesus, right? And so he was able to actually say, this is what Jesus did. We followed after Him, and man, that's how I'm living. And he seems to have a lot of confidence that the people who are reading his letter, that's how they're living too. But man, I think that's probably a higher standard than the way I'm living my life. And I want to live a good life. I want to follow after Jesus, but man, I know there's so many ways that I fall short. And we've talked earlier about not letting our hearts condemn us and not getting swept up in this idea of legalism and just living our best concerted effort, But if the test for love being perfected among us and being able to have boldness as we stand before God on our day of judgment is that we lived our lives like Jesus did, then I don't know if I have that same sort of confidence. But maybe that's okay. And here's why. Maybe for some, not maybe for saints like John, but for a lot of us, if we ever get to the point where we're like, yeah, I'm living my life exactly like Jesus did, maybe we've gotten to the point where our pride has become such an issue that we're not actually living like Jesus. Maybe all we can do is humbly, day after day, at the beginning of every single day, say, God, let this day be for you. And at the conclusion of the day, thank God for the ways that God has been able to use you. Thank God for the ways that God has moved in your heart and your life and the things you've seen and the things you've done and the things you've said and the blessings you've had. And just say, God, help me to be even more faithful tomorrow. And let it be like that, this gradual growing and growing more and more in the Spirit. Because I don't know fully if we can have the confidence of saying we're living exactly like Jesus. But I know that we don't have the excuse not to try. So let us pursue God with all that we are. Let us cling to God tightly, that we may try to live like Jesus. And that we may, in fact, train in our spiritual disciplines to be like Jesus, so that we can have a sense of boldness and confidence, not in our own goodness, but in a lifetime of having witnessed Christ's goodness to us when we stand before Christ on our day of judgment. And that is your word for today. I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please click the like button, maybe even share it on your own page. Thanks a lot. Have a great day, and goodbye.